Hello everybody, I am Min's the Mailbox, and today's going to be a little bit of a different video. As you can see, we have some art in the background. We got a cool time lapse going on of the thumbnail. Really proud of this art, by the way. It took me forever to make, but it was so worth it to put it together. But yeah, welcome. I wanted to make a little video celebrating hitting 200 followers on Twitch, which I know is quite a small number, but it's huge for me. I never thought I'd hit 200. It was such a big goal to hit 100 that I didn't think that after all this time I'd actually make it to 200. And yeah, I wanted to sit down for a little bit, talk with all of you about, when I hit it, what my goal was for hitting it, things that have happened since I hit 100, what happened afterwards, because it has been a few months since I hit 200. It has been a little bit later. Shout out to Not Night Noodle for reminding me to make this multiple times. Rest his soul, he's so nice. And then looking into the future. So yeah, let's just get into it. Alright, so in this section we're going to talk about when did I hit 200, who was the 200th person, the goal I had set for reaching 200 followers. We're just going to talk about the big ol' number, the big 200. And to start us off, when did I hit it? I hit it May 15th, 2023. Yes, it was 2 months ago. I was a little late to it, but I eventually got to it, and it was a super fun stream. It was the 122nd stream of Connection Point, my survival world. I stream it pretty often on Twitch. The person who hit it, the person who got us there, was Squizzo, who I at the time called Wizzo. I believe it was about halfway through the stream, and it was super cool to hit it because that was actually one of my shorter streams. Usually I go for about 2 hours or so, but in this case I only got to go through an hour and a half because I was actually taking care of my cat Jewel at the time. Here's some mandatory pictures of the baby. We love Jewel here, and she was having some stuff done, so I had to go pick her up. And it was super cool that on that day, I was able to hit 200. The bar didn't actually update for the entire rest of the stream. That was one thing that did annoy me, was that for the entire day, actually, it refused to go past 199 for the entire day, but the next morning I woke up, it had hit it. It was so cool to see that I hit 200. It was awesome. And as you can probably tell, I had a goal, and 200 was to put out a world download for Connection Point, one which I have not done yet. But hey, it is actually down in the description below, or sort of. In the description, I put my Discord link. I do have a Discord. There is a Discord for my community, and I will be putting out the Google Drive link there. So if you want to go and download the world download, I might be putting more than just one, but it might just be the most recent one, which was taken a few days ago, just to make sure the world was as updated as possible for you. And then go get it. It's a super fun world. There's only a few notable places, but if you want to have it, go right ahead. Now, I wanted to use this section to kind of talk about how long it's been since we hit 100, what has happened in the time since I hit 100 followers on Twitch to hitting 200 on Twitch. It has been quite a while, surprisingly, as you might have guessed. Reaching these goals are not the most common thing, but it is nice when it happens. So obviously, let's start off with when I hit 100 on Twitch. It was January 5th, 2022. It was actually also a Connection Point stream, number 39. Yeah, you put that in your head. It had almost been 100 streams in Connection Point since I first hit 100. At the time, I was still mining out the underground village, the entire trading hall, the one that we finished months ago, back in January. Yeah, we hadn't even finished digging that out yet. Then, obviously in March, we had my 5 years of YouTube anniversary. I left my pickaxe behind shortly after, and I got my first new profile picture update. I would have one more after that. That's the one I have right now. And then in April of 2022, I got affiliate. Yeah, it's been that long that when I hit 100, I didn't actually have affiliate. I set up my first channel points, and then in May, I had my first emotes. When I hit 100, I didn't even have emotes. I don't even think I had an overlay. I think it was just me streaming Minecraft with like a little gold bar in the top. That's crazy. At the end of May and beginning of June, I graduated high school. I finished schooling in June. I changed my streaming schedule, changed what I was streaming. Yeah, everything with streaming Celeste and Hollow Knight, you know, having Wednesdays be a playthrough day, Mondays and Saturdays being, you know, Minecraft or SMP or mini games. That wasn't a thing before. I turned the streams into video series. That is not a thing I had been doing before. I had wanted to do it with Connection Point for a while, but I didn't end up doing it, and then I did it. I did it with Celeste. I'm doing it with Hollow Knight right now. In October, I hit 100 on YouTube, 100 subscribers, which was awesome. In November, I released How We Wrote Hemlocks, the film. I'm still so proud of that. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's always one of my favorite things to just chill back on and look at. 100 streams in Connection Point. That happened. We hit a year in Connection Point. Obviously in December, I beat the Ender Dragon, final day, Christmas Eve. I reached 6 years on YouTube. In March, I started redoing my starter base in Connection Point. All of that has happened since I went from 100 to 200. And in total, it took me 16 months to do that. So hey, you know, 16 months from now, whatever that date is, editor, we put up the date. Yeah, that's 16 months. Woo! Hopefully by that time, we have 300. So, you know, that's something to look out for. 16 months is a long time to get there. So who's counting? I am. I'm counting now. So now for this section, I wanted to talk about what's happened since hitting 200, because as I've said a few times now, I was a little late to it. I hit it back on May 15th. It's now the middle of July. It has been a few months. A little interesting that I didn't just like do it sooner. I wanted to, but it was held back for a few reasons. The main one being that I wanted to draw something for hitting 200 followers because I wanted to make, you know, something cool out of it. Like, yeah, I hit 200. So I wanted to draw something for it. But because of that, I ended up not drawing it for a while, which kind of sucked because, like I said, I really wanted to. I held on to the idea for 2 months until I eventually was able to get around to it. If you're wondering, it's the drawing that's, you know, it's the time lapse you're watching right now. It took a while because I was dealing with trying to get all that sorted out, but then eventually things sorted themselves out and I was able to do it, which is why we're all here today, because, you know, I made a promise that I would make it to myself and I was going to stick with it. So since now, what has happened? Like usual, I've continued to upload and stream. Uploading has been taking a back seat in the first half of 2023. I'm starting to get back into uploading regularly now because I got a job. I did it. It took a while to find a job and get into it. It was a pretty taxing thing, if I'm going to be honest, and it kind of slowed down how much energy I had to stream on my regular days or upload regularly. So videos took a back seat quite heavily this year. I still managed to get videos out, just not as often as I wanted them to. But like I said, now I'm starting to get back into the hang of things and I'm excited to start doing this again. I'm started work on new updates for the channels. You won't see many of these right now. I'm still working on them, but hopefully soon there are some cool things coming. Can't give a date yet, really wish I could, but hopefully within the next month or so. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope all of you are looking forward to it. There will be more information once the times come sooner, but for now, just know that I am excited, and yeah, I hope you are excited too. So I wanted to use this final section to kind of take a step back and say, where next? We hit 200, we talked about everything that happened to get here, what's happened after it, but where do we go from here? What can we look forward to in the future on our journey to 300 and beyond? Who knows? Well, there's a few things actually that I know I want to work on. Obviously, the new updates for the channels are on the horizons very soon. I hope to finish Hollow Knight. I'm not sure when. I know my internal personal goal is to finish it by the time I started it. So I started streaming Hollow Knight in mid to late August. So my goal is to finish by the year mark. I'm not sure how likely that is, given that Hollow Knight is a very difficult game for me and is very prone to taking time and also taking a back seat when I have things that come up, you know, IRL. But I do want to finish Hollow Knight. I do want to see the end of the game and be able to celebrate another finale with everybody. And then beyond that, I want to finish my base in Connection Point. I've been working on my base since late January, early February, in taking down our old small treehouse and making a giant, massive treehouse out of it. It is based on a willow tree, but I say that very loosely. And once we do that, once we finish it and move on, you know, build the end room, get some farms done, work on our armor and get netherite, because I don't have netherite, you know, 2 years and I don't have it, but I want to make a nether hub. The nether hub has been a thing that I've wanted to do for a long time. It's also just kind of really difficult to traverse the nether. It's really difficult, and I've died a lot in the nether. Nether has one of the highest death ratios in my world. It is so not fun, but it is the next big goal, and I hope to spend the second half of 2023 working on that and just kind of making it look a lot nicer there. And beyond that, for here on YouTube, I want to keep making videos. I want to keep making stuff on Twitch and bring them over here to make fun, enjoyable videos where I can put memes in and put little editor notes in and just have fun playing with music and styles. So if I can continue to make this work, you know, use Twitch and YouTube in tandem to make something fun for all of you to watch, then I'll do it, because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy putting things out into the world, sharing what I love with other people, and I hope you enjoyed this too. As always, if you liked this video, if you like any of my series, the Hollow Knight series, the Hemlocks videos, the Celeste series, if you've liked any of those, always feel free to drop a sub if you want to see more. Twitch, I stream there. If you don't want to catch that and you want to just watch the VODs as they come out, I have a VOD channel. I've been running it for a few years now, actually. VOD channel's there if you want to go follow that. All of my VODs get there. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, and just thank you for watching. It means the world to me that I hit 200. And here's the next goal. I've been the Mailbox, and I will see you next time.